You're going to be holding a hearing next week on the continuing problems that plague the VA, particularly one in your home state of Wisconsin, Tomah, Wisconsin. There's a medical center there. They refer to it as Candyland because so many narcotic painkillers have been handed out there seemingly without any kind of judicious oversight. What's going on there?
Well, the first time I heard about it was when the news media reported in January 2015, and because I just become chairman of Homeland Security, I could immediately start my own investigation. And because of our investigation, the doctor known as Candyman, his nurse practitioner, are gone. We've actually held them accountable. So is the executive director and the inspector general. I would say that the acting inspector general, who had been captured by the agency, had buried all these reports that didn't allow the public to understand what was happening. So it was known. They were calling this Dr. Candyman as far back as 2004, and nobody had done anything about it.
And by the way, 33 unexpected deaths that basically shouldn't have happened, possibly because of this overprescription. So how weren't people aware of this?
It was buried. It just never came to light of day. We're going to hold a hearing. We've got about a 350-page report that just lays it all out. It's 350 pages, kind of hard to go through in a couple seconds here, but it was just time after time when people raised the issue with members of the VA or the Department of Justice or the FBI or the DEA, people just didn't do anything about it.
It's not just obviously at that medical center in Tomah. The VA hospitals, as we've said, have been crisis after crisis. The Wall Street Journal just this week reporting that the Department of Veterans Administrations declared thousands of vets dead who were not dead, and canceled their benefits. I mean, it just seems as though it's rife with problems. Who do you blame?
Alisyn, we have got to honor the promises to the finest among us. We have to do that. And the problem is trying to do that in a bureaucratic system. Let's face it, the VA healthcare system is a single-payer, government-run, bureaucratic system. And that's unfortunately what a lot of people want to impose on all of us. I would suggest we not do that. The best way to handle this literally is give veterans more choice, allow them access to private health care. We have this Veterans Choice Program. The VA is not administering it properly. We kind of set up this pilot program. Yep. We've got to figure out how to do that better because we have to honor those promises.
So you blame the single-payer system and bureaucracy more than any particular person or any sort of incompetence going on there?
Can you point to a bureaucracy that works well? As efficiently as the private sector, where you have free market competition, pretty well guaranteeing the lowest possible price, the best possible quality, the best possible level of customer service. I came from the private sector. I was in manufacturing. I would have loved to have been a monopolist, but because I wasn't, my price was lower, my quality was higher, as was my customer service. Wouldn't that be good for our healthcare system?
VA Secretary McDonald, should he go?
He's had some troubling comments.
He said that he sort of equated the long lines to get care at the VA hospitals with the long lines at Disney World. His point was, at the end of the day, once you get what you're there for, it works.
So we've had General Shinseki, we've had McDonald. I think these are good men trying to honor those promises, but they're trying to deal with this massive bureaucracy. Are we going to start realizing that it's more the bureaucracy than necessarily particularly something?
So he can stay, in your mind?
It's an enormous challenge. I don't envy him his task, trying to corral in this bureaucracy, which, again, I believe the solution should be allowing our veterans to access private health care as much as possible, start making that transition, and have the VA healthcare system really focus on the truly service-related injuries. They can be centers of excellence for those things, like missing limbs, those specific deals, but those specific injuries, but let our veterans access private health care.